Hi, my name is Tariq Jamani, your partner in becoming a CISSP. Now, the most common problem CISSP candidates face in certification exam is not that they are technically not sound. They are excellent in technical skills. They have lot of experience. They have been working for decades in cybersecurity and other related fields. But they fail to think like a manager, and the CISSP is not like any other technical certification. It is about how a security leader makes decisions which are business aligned. So CISSP means being a business enabler through secure practices. A true security leader, like if you can see, always prioritize people first. So in your CISSP exam, remember that people safety life comes first. Okay? Because safety of human factors come before everything else, you have to remember that. Next comes the business. You have to ensure continuity, mission success, and compliance. Finally, the technology comes because technology is there to support these priorities, business priorities as a tool. Security is not the main driver. Remember that. So the shift is perspective is what transforms technical professionals into strategic security leaders. So, like when we think like a manager, we change our perspectives completely. As we discussed earlier, a technician focuses on how to fix something. He has a particular mindset. A manager focuses on why and whether it should be done at all. So CISSP expects you to think like a business enabler, one who balances risks, cost, business continuity, not the one who is applying patches and firewalls. Because a technician or system admin can do it better. So no need to go for the CISSP for that if you have to apply patches and firewalls. Okay. Remember one thing: security is not about saying no. Security is not a blocker. Okay. Security is an enabler. Every security control must support and align with the organization's missions and goals because it is about helping the business to achieve its mission safely, right? Safely. So a true CISSP professional will understand that security exists to enable the business, not to slow it down. Every control, policy, and safeguard must align with the organization mission and its strategic objectives. So secure again and again remember that security should never be seen as a barrier. It is a supporting function. It will allow business to operate safely and confidentially. Like the old example everyone gives, like remember of a seat belt in your car. You don't wear it to stop driving, right? You wear it so you can drive faster, safer, with confidence. In the same way, strong security allows the organizations to innovate, expand, and take calculated risks, knowing the right precautions or protections are in place, right? So security is an enabler. Now, always remember that you in CISSP you will see different type of questions, scenario-based questions, and where you can see that there are multiple answers seems correct or all the answers seems correct. This is something great about CSSP. But the problem is why the people fail because they came from technical backgrounds and all that. So they say, okay, yes, we did this. All the answers are correct. I have been doing this all my life. So they are unable to choose what is required from them. A key principle in thinking like a manager is knowing what to address first when multiple correct options exist. Okay. The CISSP mindset always follow a clear order of priority, like as we discussed earlier, life and safety first, then business continuity, then compliance, then cost of control, technical factors, and all that. So this means that when an incident occurs, your first responsibility is always to protect people, not data or infrastructure. Like if there is a fire in the server room, okay, your immediate action is not to save equipment or preserve logs. You have to evacuate personnel, humans. Once safety is ensured, you can focus on maintaining operations, meeting compliance, optimizing cost, technical efficiency. The structure prioritization is what it separates a managerial decision maker from a technical responder. Like life, safety, business continuity, compliance, and cost or technical factors. You have to always remember that, right? Now, another thing, like uh, you will always have to, as we said earlier, you're not like there to install patches or install firewalls or making things. You're a decision maker there. So as a CISSP, your role is not like a technician, but more about direction and governance than configuration of things. Okay. So at managerial level, the CSP role shift from doing to deciding. You are no longer the technician who is implementing configurations. Rather, you are the advisor, assessor, a risk manager, a consultant, a CISO. Okay, a director. You are at the top position. So as we said, like a CSSP often operate at top levels. Someone who presents informed options to senior leadership, like and allows them to ensure decisions are made based on risk, not impulse. Like in this example, if our CEO wants to deploy a new cloud service, uh, then a CISSP role is not to configure firewall rules. Okay, a technician will do that. No worries with that. System admin will do that. Cloud architect will do that. No worries with that. A CISSP's responsibility is to perform the risk assessment, identify business impacts, recommend appropriate safeguards, and ensure executive approval aligns with the organizational risk tolerance. This is what he has to support. The CISSP has to support the business objective, has to support the business direction, but he has to calculate the risk and aligns with the organization's risk tolerance. So CISSP is there to manage why and whether something should be done, not how. Because how to do something, this is a technical aspect. A technician, sysadmin, other guys, they can do it better. This is not the task of a CISSP or a senior leadership role. Okay? Because the technician will implement controls. You are there to authorize, approve, and manage risk. Right? Now, there are like two important terms used in CISSP, due care and due diligence. So they are most frequently tested. They come into different exam questions in scenarios. So they should not be confused. Their difference is like action versus verification. In CISSP, like when we say due care, means doing what a responsible and prudent person would do to protect assets. So it is like so. This is the act of like taking preventive measures. Okay, like someone is installing firewall, enforcing access control. No, I'm not saying that the CISSP will do that. The CISO will enforce install firewalls on all that. We are here like discussing the due care. Okay, so in on the other hand, the due diligence is like the ongoing responsibility. to ensure that those safeguards are effective, they are working, and we can rely upon them in case when the incident happens. So it is about the continuous monitoring and auditing and updating the controls to maintain security over time. Like in simple terms, due care is implementation, taking the right decision, and due diligence is the follow-up, ensuring that the action continues to work when intended. Okay, so together, like due care, due diligence, together they form a foundation, responsible foundation for accountable security management, not individually. You can implement a control at one time and later you can forget. No, you have to continuously monitor if they are working or not, right? Okay. Now we have discussed uh, the things like a manager mindset. So now it is a time to like test that mindset. Okay. So a development team wants to deploy a new application that possesses public-facing customer data, that processes public-facing customer data. The data owner is concerned about the services exposure. Okay. Now seems good. Like it will be public-facing and customer data, and data owner is concerned about the services exposure. So let's see the options. Like immediately deploy a web application firewall to protect the new services. So web application firewall WAF is a very good option. Like it is for the web facing applications. Like good, very good. Let's see the second option. Initiate a full penetration test to identify all vulnerabilities before deployment. That sounds also good because obviously you can't eliminate everything, but it will reduce the radius, vulnerability radius. Okay. Conduct a comprehensive business impact analysis to determine the maximum tolerable downtime and data criticality. And now that sounds also good. So that first you should like do a BIA and then go for any other decisions. And number D, draft a detailed security policy for the new application and mandate security training for the development team. That sounds very good, like training creating the policy and like training the development team so they can write the like secure code, good code, DevSecOps like thing. Okay, DevSecOps. Okay, good. So I think all the options are good. But what the first thing you as a security manager should do? Like a security manager, before applying controls, testing systems, writing policies, or anything, he will understand the business value of the asset. Okay, the manager will think like criticality, data sensitivity, acceptable downtimes, and all that. So the question is, the answer is business impact analysis. Conduct a business impact analysis. See why? Before any controls are implemented, you can't like implement controls at their own, redundant controls, not aligned with the business decisions, business objectives. You have to understand the business objectives. You have to understand the business value of asset, criticality, acceptable downtimes, data sensitivity, and all these things you have to keep them in mind, and then go for like applying the controls. So in this scenario, first go for the BIA and then like implement any controls which you deem appropriate, right? So again and again, like we'll continue with this series and we'll continue to like explore different aspects of things like a manager. So no worries with that. Hopefully our mindset will shift from like thinking how a CISSP should think, how a business leader should think. Okay. So remember, CISSP is not about, okay, controls, technical persons, sysadmins, technicians, they know controls, no worries with them. It is about applying the judgment. and applying the judgment as a leader, a senior leader. Okay, you should know the controls, but you should apply them. You should judge, apply as senior leader. In the other, you don't have to apply, like you have to direct. Okay, in other. So remember the again our discussion, like always prioritize people, then business, then technology, and above all, please, please, please think like a manager, not a technician. Okay, if you are thinking like a manager, not a technician, trust me, this mindset will help you to eliminate almost half of the wrong answers in the exam and make you a better cybersecurity leader in practice too. Okay, so thank you. That's all for today. So we'll continue with our series. In the meantime, I'll be glad if you can be in touch on LinkedIn or YouTube and subscribe to my channel. We'll continue with that. Thank you guys. Take care. Bye.